The topic I have chosen from class 10th life process chapter, transportation in human beings. In human beings, in higher animals, there are need of transportation of various substances, just to consider oxygen, carbon dioxide, hormones, excretory waste, digested food to be transported from one part of the body to another part. And when the transportation occur, there is a change in pressure take place between the 2 points. In human beings, there are two circulatory systems through which the materials are transported to relevant organ and tissue. They are blood vascular system, another one is the lymphatic system. Learning objective. At the end of this session, learner will be able to understand blood circulatory system, identify different types of blood vessels, arteries, veins, and capillaries, list out function and composition of blood, difference between artery and vein, structure of human heart, double circulation of human heart, function of human heart, cardiac cycle. A vascular system is that which has tube full of fluid. So human circulatory system is also known as blood vascular system, which is consists of a tube. Tube consists of fluid, full of fluid. It is to be transported from one place to another place. This transportation take place with the help of blood vessels, and it also consists of a heart, which is a central pumping organ. Blood vessels are of three types: arteries, vein, and capillaries. Arteries, as the diagram is showing, it is a thick muscular valves which always carries the blood from heart to the different body parts. So arteries always carry blood from heart to the different body parts, and the blood which carry it is a oxygenated blood. Then vein always carries blood from different body parts to the heart, and that blood is deoxygenated. So a human circulatory system, which is also known as vascular system, carries oxygen, nutrients, and hormones to cell and remove waste product like carbon dioxide. These are the differences between the arteries and veins. Blood vessel that transport blood away from the heart, that means artery, and vein always carry the blood towards the heart for oxygenation. Usually position deeper within the body, and the vein is superficial position. It's always carry oxygen. Arteries always carry oxygenated blood. In that, one exception is pulmonary artery, which carries the oxygenated blood, which we are going to discuss later. The vein always carry deoxygenated blood. Exception is pulmonary vein in adult, and umbilical vein in fetal circulation. Oxygen level are quite high in arterial blood. CO2 level is low in arterial blood. Blood pressure higher in artery, and the reverse is true for the veins. Fast movement of blood take place in the arteries because it is having because of this the artery is having the thick muscular wall, elastic also, and the slow movement of blood take place in a vein. It is having the thin muscular walls, and blood move with a low pressure. Valve is totally absent in the case of arteries. Exception is semilunar valves. These are of two types and contain valves to capture blood in the veins contain valves so that the no backflow of blood take place. At the time of death, artery is empty, but at the time of death, veins get filled. Now about the capillaries. Capillaries are the smallest blood vessel in the body which connect the smallest arteries to the smallest vein. The capillaries are very thin wall. It is about 4 to 10 micrometer, and it allow oxygen and nutrient to pass from the blood into tissue and allow waste product to pass from tissue into the blood. The wall of capillary is permeable to water and dissolve substances to allow the substances to move from tissue to the blood and blood to the tissue. They see the movement of the substances take place in the wall of capillaries, which is a thin wall. Now constitute of blood. Blood is made up of about 40% solid, that one is a blood cell, and 55% fluid, blood plasma. Blood plasma is largely water, which contain protein, nutrients, hormones, antibodies, and dissolved waste product. Generally, type of blood cell which are suspended in the fluid with no name is a blood plasma. It is of three type: RBC, RBC, WBC, and platelets. RBC, which is also known as erythrocyte, WBC is known as a leukocyte, and platelets is known as a thrombocyte. And WBC is further divided into two types, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes are further divided into three types: eosinophils, basophils, neutrophils, and agranulocytes divided into monocyte and lymphocytes. Now about the erythrocytes, first type of blood cell name is a red blood cell. Red blood cell is red in color because of the presence of pigment name is hemoglobin. It is an iron containing pigment which has a greater affinity with the oxygen. So it carries oxygen in the lungs and then transport to the different body parts. Instead of that, hemoglobin also retains carbon dioxide base to the lungs. So red blood cell are formed in the bone marrow in the knobby end of bones. Leukocyte, WBC helps the body. It's a very important function of WBC. It's helped the body to fight against different type of diseases. If any pathogen or disease causing organism is entering the body, the WBC help to kill it and to make the immune system strong. So as I discussed you earlier, it is a two type, agranular and agranular. Thrombocyte is a third type of blood cell, which is also known as thrombocyte or blood platelets, which help in the formation of blood clots. When the body is injured, thrombocyte disintegrate and cause a chemical reaction in which there is a protein found in the plasma. That protein name is a fibrin. So this protein fibrin help the place of injury. It form the clot, preventing the further loss of blood and form the basis of healing. Function of blood and blood circulation. Circulates oxygen and removes carbon dioxide, provides cell with nutrients, remove the waste products, protect the body against diseases and infection. It's help in clotting as it is a function of blood platelets. It transport hormones to target cell and organs. It's also help in regulating body temperature. Human heart. Human heart is a hollow muscular organ which is located in the thoracic cavity between the two lungs. That place is known as a mediastinum. That place is known as a mediastinum. This place is known as a mediastinum between the lungs, which is slightly tilted to the left and has the size of a clenched fist. About clenched fist, about the size of 12 into 9 centimeter, that contracts regularly and relax. Its average weight is 300 gram in male and 250 gram in female. It's a reddish brown in color and almost conical in shape. The human, it is surrounded by two membrane, double layer membrane. That name is a pericardium, and between these two membranes there is a cavity which is filled with the fluid. That fluid name is a pericardial fluid. So what is the function of the membrane outside the heart? It protects the heart. It protects the heart from the mechanical injuries and shocks. What are the parts of the heart? There are four chambers, and this division of four chambers of heart is done by the septa. It is divided by septa. It is divided by septa into two halves. It is divided by septa into two halves, the right and left. It is divided by septa into two halves, right and left. Right ventricle and left ventricle on the bottom of the heart, and right and left atrium on the top of the heart. So the division take place by the septa into two halves, right and left. Right and left atria are right and left atria are separated by a thin muscular wall that is known as the interarterial septum, whereas the right and left ventricles are separated by a thin muscular wall. That one is a thick muscular wall separated by a interventricular septum. So the muscular wall between the ventricles are thick. Next one about that, the atria, then about the arterioventricular valves. There is a presence of arterioventricular valves in the human heart. What is the function of that? I am going to explain. The first, in the right side, the valve is a tricuspid valve, and the left side, that it is a bicuspid or mitral valves. So tricuspid valve separate the right atrium from the right ventricles, and bicuspid valve, which is also known as mitral valve, separate the left atrium from the left ventricles. The two valves, there is also two valves also separate the ventricles from the large blood vessel that carry blood leaving the heart. So from the right and left, the blood always goes out. So in this, there is also a two valve present. That valve is known as a semilunar valves. It is of two type. One is a pulmonary valve and aortic valves. So the blood right ventricles to pulmonary artery, there is a valve, that one is pulmonary valve, and left ventricles, it goes to the aorta, and the presence is aortic valve. Now what is how the heart function? The right atrium, as I discussed you, the right atrium always receive the deoxygenated blood with the help of superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava means it's from upper body parts. Inferior vena cava means lower body part, and coronary sinus means deoxygenated blood from heart itself. Left side of the heart always receive the oxygenated blood with the help of pulmonary veins. So human heart is a double circulation. So how it's from heart to the lungs and back to the back again. So heart to the lungs. So just to see the diagram, how the this double circulation of heart take place. First, the human heart receive the deoxygenated blood in the right side of their right atrium or auricle, and then it passes to the right ventricle. From there, it goes into the it goes with the help of pulmonary artery to the lungs. This circulation is known as a pulmonary circulation. Then from lungs, the blood become oxygenated, and then it goes back to the heart from the left side, left atrium to the left ventricles. And left ventricles, there is one large artery, that tube, it goes out of the body with the help of aorta, and aorta, they see that this diagram, the aorta, and then aorta divided into arterioles, and then into arterioles, and then it combining into the capillaries. And then capillaries further combining into the veins, and the vein again come back to the right side of the human heart. So it is a double circulation. So as I discussed you earlier, pulmonary circulation means the deoxygenated blood which we receive with the through superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. The heart has to get oxygen. For that, with the help of pulmonary artery, it's going to the lungs, and the blood is oxygenated and returned back to the heart. So the deoxygenated blood going from right part of the heart to the lungs, that one is with the help of pulmonary artery. It is the exception of artery, because pulmonary artery always carries oxygenated blood, but pulmonary artery is only artery which carries the deoxygenated blood from right ventricles to the lungs for oxygenation. It is about the pulmonary. Systemic circulation. The blood, the lungs, in the lungs, the blood gets oxygenated, and with the help of pulmonary veins, it returns back to the human heart, and from right auricle to right ventricle, and it moves to the with the help of a larger tube, that name is the aorta, which is a larger artery that leaves the heart and carries this oxygenated blood and to the different body parts. A network of tiny blood vessels called capillaries connect the very small artery branches to very small veins. Very small veins. The capillary have very thin walls, and through them nutrients and oxygen are delivered to the cell. Waste product are also brought into the capillaries. So these are the two type of circulation. From when the blood is going to the lungs, that is a pulmonary circulation, and from lungs to the heart, this is a systemic circulation. I think you all have understood. And next about the capillaries then leading to small vein. So capillaries leading to small veins returning back to the heart with the help of superior and inferior vena cava. So once the blood is back in the heart, it needs to re-enter the pulmonary circulation and go back to the lungs to drop off the carbon dioxide and pick up more oxygen. So it is a diagram of a superior vena cava, right from right atrium, then tricuspid valve, then it goes to the right ventricle, then pulmonary valve, pulmonary artery to the lungs. Up to this is a pulmonary circulation, and then from lungs the blood get oxygenated again. It moves to the left side of left artery and then left ventricles and to the aorta, then to the arteries. With the help of pulmonary vein, it enters into the rest of the body. So next topic is functioning of the human heart. That one is a cardiac, which is a cardiac cycle. Cardiac cycle is a very important cycle which will describe about the functioning of human heart. Every time the heart is beating, if heart will not beat, we will die. So cardiac cycle comprises all the physiological events associated with a single heartbeat, which include electrical events, mechanical events, and heart sound. The first cardiac cycle, it consists of two phases. One is systole, which means a contraction, and diastole, which means a relaxation. So systole means contraction and diastole means relaxation. The cardiac cycle involves the following: joint diastole, then arterial systole, then ventricular systole. What is the meaning of joint diastole? When all the four chambers of heart relax, the upper chamber receive the blood with the help of superior inferior vena cava, and left side with the help of pulmonary veins. It's fill the blood, and the blood pressure in the upper part of the heart increases. So what is happening? The next phase is arterial systoles. The artery contract. The blood is filled in the artery, and artery contract to push the blood into ventricles. For that, arterioventricular valve have to open. So in here there is a tricuspid valve and there is a bicuspid valve. It open and allow the blood to pass into the ventricles, lower part of the blood. When the ventricles fill with the blood, the AV valve close, means tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve close. The heart make the first sound, that one is a love, when AV love sound. That one is the AV valve open. Third phase is the ventricle systole. So ventricle systole means when the ventricle contracts, the blood inside the ventricles fills and the pressure increases. As we know that wall of the ventricles are thick, and if we compare the right and left ventricles are having more thicker wall because it transport the blood with the help of aorta to different body parts, and right ventricles only transport the blood to the lungs for oxygenation. So ventricle relax and the process repeats. This is the cardiac cycle. And the blood pressure is measured by an instrument which is known as a sphygmomanometer. Normal blood pressure of human being is 120 mm of Hg systolic and 180 mm of Hg. That one is diastolic pressure. If the pressure increases, it's some 140 by 90 mm of Hg. It is a high blood pressure. If the pressure decreases, like 90 by 60 mm of Hg, if the person is having the low blood pressure. Thank you.